Hello everyone, welcome to the third part of the chapter Sources of Energy. This video would be dealing about solar energy, solar cells, biomass energy, biogas plant and geothermal energy. Now let's get started.
Well, what a solar energy is, the heat energy which we get from the sun is your solar energy. Solar constant means the average distance between the sun and the earth is there somewhat. So the amount of solar energy received per second by 1 square meter area of the near earth space is your solar constant. Solar energy devices means device which gets heated by using sun's heat energy, and it is designed in such a way that it helps in collecting as much sun heat rays as possible. Now we use solar cooker to cook food by utilizing the heat energy radiated by the sun. So if I talk about its construction, what it is, there is the insulated metal box or the wooden box which is painted all black from inside. There is a thick glass sheet cover over the box, and then the plane mirror, also known as your reflector, is attached to the box as shown in the figure. Then the food is cooked in metal containers which are painted black from outside. Why they are painted black? Because black color absorbs so much amount of heat. So these metal containers are then placed inside the solar cooker box, and they are then covered by a glass sheet. Why they are covered with a glass sheet? Because this glass sheet does not allow the heat energy to get out of the box, okay, and it maintains the temperature so that the food which we have kept inside the box is cooked easily. Now let's discuss its mechanism. What happens is the reflector is adjusted in such a way that it faces the sun. So when the sun's rays fall on the reflector, then reflector sends them to the top of solar cooker box in the form of strong beam of sunlight, and it is then absorbed by the glass sheet. Okay, so when under the glass sheet, what happens is sun rays trapped due to the glass sheet, and there is a maintenance of the temperature up to 100 degree or 140 degrees Celsius in 2 or 3 hours. An important point to be noted is that food materials like rice, pulse can be cooked in box type solar cooker, and another note point is it requires a slow heating. So now let's discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of using the solar cooker. Use of solar cooker saves precious fuels like coal, kerosene. Then it does not produce smoke. That means it is eco-friendly. Third is when food is cooked, okay, what happens is its nutrients does not get destroyed. Fourth is we can cook 4 items at the same time. But what do you think can be the disadvantages? First is it cannot be used to cook food during the night time. Even when the clouds are there, we cannot cook the food, and the diffraction or the direction of the reflector has to be changed from time to time. Then box type solar cooker cannot be used for baking materials like chapati or for frying. So if a coil of copper tube painted black from outside is placed in a box similar to that of a solar cooker, it will work as a solar water heater, isn't it? Next we have solar cells, a cell which converts solar energy or sun energy directly into electricity. It's usually made from silicon. A simple solar cell consists of a sandwich of a silicon boron layer and a silicon arsenic layer, and the amount of boron and arsenic present in the two silicon layers is very small. So a small piece of wire is soldered into the top of upper layer of the cell and another piece at the bottom of the lower layer. What if we connect all these solar cells together in a pattern? Then a solar panel is constructed. What happens is if we put this solar panel outside the home, it will receive solar energy, okay, and then this energy is connected to a battery. We can store the sun's energy in the form of a battery, and then the battery is connected to the electric motor, and the water pump which is present there, it uses the underground water, and the water comes out from the water pump. So this is usually used in those places like remote areas or rural areas for generation of lighting purposes, run radio and TV sets. Now let's discuss about the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: there is no moving part, so it does not require any maintenance. Okay. And second advantage is it can be set up in remote inaccessible area, means it is mainly for these areas only. Disadvantages of using it: the special grade silicon, it's very expensive, and the silicon wire is also very expensive. So overall we can say the entire process is very expensive, so everyone cannot afford this. Now uses is also there of solar cells. They are used to provide electricity in artificial satellites and space probes, then provide electricity to the remote areas, also used for transmission of radio and television programs in remote areas. Then it's used for providing electricity to the lighthouses which is situated in the sea. Then we have it operate traffic signals, watches, calculators and toys. So this is all about solar cells. Now let's move forward.
Next we have biomass energy, which includes wood, agricultural wastes and cow dung. It's a renewable source of energy because it is obtained from the plants or animals, which we can be produced again and again. Now let's see the case of wood and charcoal. Wood is a biomass, but when it is burnt, heat is produced. So it has been used as a fuel for a long time. Okay, it's a renewable source of energy and it is obtained by the cutting down of the trees. But there is a disadvantage of using wood, that it produces a lots of smoke, and it also have a low calorific value of 17 kilojoule per gram. But we have another fuel which is much better than that of the charcoal. It mainly consists of carbon, and its advantages is it has high calorific value, no smoke produced, easy to handle and convenient to use. Now further, let's take the case of a cow dung and biogas. Cow dung is a biomass. It's also cattle dung or animal dung. The disadvantage of using a cow dung is contains elements like nitrogen, phosphorus, and smoke is produced. Then it has a low calorific value and it does not burn completely. That means it produces a lot of ash. But what is the use of biogas? We can also call it as a gobar gas. It is defined as a mixture of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. I have written their chemical formulas. Major constituent in biogas is your methane. This question is asked in 1 marks. It is produced by anaerobic degradation of the animal waste in the presence of water. Now further we move to how a biogas is used. Now let's talk about biogas plant. Just see from the figure, we'll just start the construction from the left side. First of all, we see a term M is there. It's a mixing tank. So it will mix the slurry and the water. Now then we have I. It is your inlet chamber through which these will be passed out, and then this slurry will go towards the tank T, which is called your digester, and it is made up of bricks. So as you can see, there is this dome shaped roof D. It acts as your gas holder or the storage tank. Then there is a valve V over there. It's written gas valve. Then we have S. S is your outlet for the biogas. Then we just move to the right side. We have O. This is your outlet chamber. From here the slurry and water will also pass. And then we have a F tank, that is your overflow tank. Now let's see the working of the biogas plant. Now what happens is, cow dung and water, they both are mixed in equal proportion and they are prepared to the slurry in the mixing tank M. Then this is passed by the inlet chamber I towards the digester tank T. Then this slurry is kept for 50 to 60 days for the new gas plant to become operative, that is for your start functioning. Now what happens is during this period it undergoes degradation by the anaerobic bacteria in the presence of water but in the absence of oxygen with the gradual evolution of the biogas. Now biogas starts collecting in the dome. So as more and more biogas collects in the dome, it exerts a pressure on the slurry, due to which what happens is the slurry go towards the overflow tank F that is present on the right side, isn't it? So from that the spent slurry is removed gradually and the left after the extraction of the biogas is rich in nitrogen and phosphorus compounds and it hence forms a good manure. So the biogas which has been collected in the dome of the digester tank is taken out through the outlet chamber S and supplied to the villagers' home through a network of pipes to be used as a cooking gas. Now let's see its uses. So biogas is used as a fuel for cooking. It's eco-friendly, used for lighting, used to generate electricity, and last we have geothermal energy. Geo means earth and thermal means heat. So we can say the energy which we get from the earth is your geothermal energy. So there are few sources of energy that do not come directly or indirectly from the solar energy. So what happens is extremely hot rocks that are present below the surface of the earth heat the underground water and then it turn into the steam. So as more and more steam is formed between the rocks, it gets compressed to the high pressure and a hole is drilled in the earth to the hot rocks and a pipe is put into it. So what happens is the steam present around the hot rocks, they comes up through the pipe at a very high pressure and then it turns the turbine to generate the electricity. What are its advantages and disadvantages? Advantages is it's economical, that means its cost is half and it is eco-friendly. Then disadvantage, it's not available everywhere and deep drilling required and the technical very expensive. So this was all about this video. Thank you so much for watching.
This ain't over.